And welcome back to Quick EFT Part 4, which is EFT as extreme sport. Now this is pretty full on and pretty serious, and I hope that you're going to cope with it. I hope that you're up to it. Now, I don't know, are you someone who likes to live on the edge? Now people who like to live on the edge, they like to climb mountains, they like to jump out of aeroplanes with a little handbag on their back, they like to go over, abseil over cliff tops on a piece of string, from what I can kind of gather and things. But they are people who really like to stretch themselves and really go out there and go for it. Now I'm going to talk quietly here, I'm going to make a little confession, and that is that I am not one of those people. I'm actually not really particularly brave at all. However, I am very brave about one thing, and I have done lots of extreme sport EFT. Now, you've probably never heard of extreme sport EFT, so I'm going to tell you about it. What is it? Extreme sport EFT is about taking those negative beliefs, the stuckness, the toxic ideas, the thoughts, feelings, and different sort of experiences that absolutely block you and get you stuck, and it's about wrestling them to the ground. It's about throwing them off the end of the cliff. It's about wrestling them and not letting them have any control over you at all. It is really tough stuff. So I hope that you're able and interested in actually hearing about 3 different types of EFT extreme sport. There's 3 sports that I'm going to tell you about now. The first sport is called extreme offensiveness. I had a client that I saw recently who, she saw her last week and I'd seen her the previous week, and she came in really excited and she said, "Sallyanne, I've been telling people about swear therapy. It's fantastic. I love it." Now I'm going to start to talk quietly because it can be very offensive to people, swear therapy, and I'm very careful about who I do this with because I'm not actually into offending people with this. However, it can sound quite offensive and it's very, very full on. So with swear therapy or extreme offensiveness, which is the sport, you are going to, and this works particularly well if you're really angry about something and really enraged, you are going to throw in those words that you can't say on YouTube and that you really can't say around the place publicly too much, and you're going to tap while you're saying those words. And so long as it doesn't offend you, you can be as offensive as you like. And this is edgy stuff, so I'm going to encourage you to definitely do that and be really, really negative and really, really offensive. So that's a pretty exciting sport, and it really gets your blood flowing and really gets the endorphins going. It's pretty full on. I'm going to tell you about the next extreme sport, and this sport is called extreme self-love. I had a particular client who recently, lovely lady, and she said, "Oh, there's no hope for me. I start doing things and then they don't work out, and it's like everything just goes bad in the end, and it feels even as if there's a curse on me that eventually things don't turn out." Well, what thought is that there's a curse on her? So we first of all did some tapping on the negative. We did a bit of the magical opposite. If you've seen the earlier video, we tapped on, "There's no hope for me, there's no hope for me, it's really disastrous, there's no hope for me." And we got rid of that kind of garbage first. And then we naturally went into extreme self-love. And this is extreme, I tell you. So we went into, and these were her words, and I'm looking down to check these words. "I am achieving monstrous and wild success. I'm achieving monstrous and wild success. I'm fantastic. I'm amazing. I'm the most incredible human being. I can't believe how incredibly lovable I am. I'm incredibly special and lovable and gorgeous and monstrously and wildly successful. I just can't believe it. Now, if you do a little bit of tapping of this after you've cleared out the mucky negative stuff, you'll be amazed at what an endorphin rush this is. This is another very, very powerful extreme sport. If you have a little bit of trouble saying these words and you find that you really don't want to do extreme love, then you need to do extreme lack of love first. And then I can bet you that doing some extreme love can potentially be very powerful and a great adrenaline hit. Okay, so we've done 2 extreme sports so far. We've done extreme offensiveness, and number 2, we've done extreme love. So I've got one more now, and that is extreme silliness. So with extreme silliness, when you're tapping, you use silly words, anything silly, anything humorous, anything ridiculous. You can even sing. I had a client who was a musician who would talk the lyrics of songs, and we would sing and talk songs while he was tapping. Very powerful at interrupting the negative. And say stupid words, make up words while you're tapping. I'm a silly nincompoop. I'm a silly nincompoop, bim bom, tiddlywinks, or whatever words are going to just make the whole thing really, really ridiculous. And if someone does a really, really good job of making themselves really, really depressed, then give yourself a crown for that, you know? You can tap on giving yourself a crown. I'm so brilliant at making myself depressed that I'm giving myself a magic crown. I'm the king or queen of depression. I'm brilliant at it. I'm way more talented than anyone else. I'm absolutely brilliant at it. So extreme silliness is really about going over the top, not taking these thoughts that are negative at all seriously, making fun of them and teasing them. There is one thing I want to say about extreme sport EFT, and I think it's really, really important that you listen to this very, very carefully. You must at all times have occupational health and safety standards, because it's dangerous stuff. It is dangerous stuff. So at all times, you have to be very careful to be aware that what you're tapping on and the extreme talk that you're doing is very much about the negative beliefs and disrespecting them. Because you at all times are a fantastic human being, and we're not going to disrespect you, and you're not going to disrespect you. You're just not going to take seriously some of that negative nonsense talk that rattles around in your head and causes a lot of distress. Okay, so I'm mentioning these extreme sports and encouraging you to use them. Use these techniques in your EFT, and you may notice that your EFT actually gets much more powerful results. The other thing I want to say in terms of occupational health and safety is sometimes with using EFT, it may bring up some uncomfortable issues for you. Please be very, very aware you may need to talk about these things with people. You may need the support of friends or family if you touch on something that's a bit uncomfortable. Allow yourself to debrief, and if you need some professional help, make sure that you get some professional help. This is the end of the EFT series of quick EFT videos. I hope you've got some value out of it. I've really enjoyed doing it, and it'd be great to hear from you. And if there's anything you've got to say, please feel welcome to put a comment below. Thank you. Bye.